Welcome into the State of Sports podcast here. We got the normal crew with us. We got Mr. Stash Cuddy. How are you doing this evening with your fine cowboy shirt on?
I'm hoping I'm going to be doing better in a minute and 10 seconds.
We'll see. That game's still finishing up here. Ken, I know you're listening, so Cowboys suck. Please invite me over for breakfast soon. I love you. And then Morgan, how are you doing tonight, man?
Good. Sundays are weird, but they're oddly relaxing when Green Bay is not playing. So I can relax today. Didn't have to worry about the Packers potentially losing.
Stress-free day.
Even though the Saints got the shit kicked out of them today.
They did. I don't know.
So a little bit worse.
I think here's the thing with Green Bay. Let's touch on that from last week. I think it was a little bit of playing in that Florida heat that they weren't used to. And I just think Rodgers did not play well. They'll be fine. I mean, they'll be absolutely fine. Well, let's, before we get the show going down the road, we got to promo those socials. Guys, please follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. One of you, please, that listen to this, I'm begging you, literally open the podcast description, go down to the YouTube, and just hit subscribe so we can hit 20. One of you guys did it last week, so we really appreciate whoever was that one subscriber last week. We're just trying to hit 20 small goals. We're going in increments here, but please, give us a follow. And also our gambling show. I've only hit on one of my picks off the top of my head so far, which was the under game for the Bills-Miami game because Buffalo went 35-0. So it hit the under. Yeah. But we'll talk about that later in the weekly, our week 2 wrap up for football. But let's get the intro going with Nick's question from last week.
Question of the week last week was, if you could have a movie made on any true sports story, what would it be? And we had some submissions.
Read it.
We got a couple from Nick. What really happened with Ray Lewis?
Oh, I love it.
Yep. Story of Lem Bias.
Yep, good one.
The Life and Times of Dennis Rodman.
I don't think that shit would be rated X.
Yeah, it'd have to be. We got one from Ken. The Deflategate story.
Ooh.
What really happened with those cheating Patriots? We had a submission from Tristan. The Pat Tillman story.
That's a good one.
And then my personal favorite was from a Henry, The Life of Ted Williams, which could turn into a war epic.
It could, yeah. I mean, being a freaking fighter pilot, that's bonkers, man. That's absolutely insane.
That's a movie I'd want to see.
Those were all great submissions. I know Nick will be giving us a question at the end again, so we're going to keep that tradition rolling. Yeah. But tonight, we have a fun one, and this is why I let Nick take over as moderator.
All right. 2 all-times today. 2 of my favorites, also of all time. So either way, I win. I'm playing both sides, so I always come out on top. We got Jerome Bettis and Ladainian Tomlinson. Matt has LT, and Morgan's got the bus. So I'm excited to hear this one because both of these dudes have stats out the fucking ass. So let's hear it. Who's going first?
I'll take it. Fine.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, one, I didn't know I was debating Lawrence Taylor because he's the only LT there is.
Oh,
that's not true.
No, that is true.
It's not.
Ladainian Tomlinson is LT.
He literally got blessed that nickname from Lawrence Taylor.
He wasn't first. It's LT. Lawrence Taylor is the only LT there is.
That's not what it says. That's not what it says on the old interwebs, Morgan.
Moving on, Jerome Bettis. Some of the coolest nicknames you're gonna hear coming in at a stout 5'11", 255.
Big boy.
You want to talk about a big boy? Who doesn't love a big running back just barreling over people? That's always just fun to watch.
I love it.
But Jerome Bettis. Nick said the bus. His other one, the closer. And
Cowboys won.
He's got the battering ram.
The battering ram's fire.
Those are 3 awesome nicknames. 6-time Pro Bowler, 2-time All-Pro, 2 first team, 1 second team. When he retired, he was in a battle with Curtis Martin for 4th all-time in yards. He ended up 5th when he retired. and he's 8th all-time currently, about 12 yards behind Ladainian Tomlinson. He did win a Super Bowl.
He did.
Where he was the leader of that team with a rookie quarterback, Ben Roethlisberger.
Where he was splitting carries in the backfield. Let's let the people know that.
He was 34.
Hey, you leave his opening argument to him.
Won a rookie of the year.
The Vikings. Hold on. No, breaking news alert. The Vikings kicker just missed the game-winning field goal. Cardinals win.
It's funny.
Sorry, Morgan. I know that'd make you happy.
A little bit. Yeah. Anyways, rookie of the year, 1993. He won the comeback player a couple years later, coming over to the Steelers. And he's on the Steelers all-time team, which I think is a significant.
Yeah.
Being
Absolutely.
an all-time Pittsburgh Steeler with all the greats that have played there. Bradshaw, Franco Harris, Hines Ward. I mean, that list goes. That's just a Hall of Fame.
The entire defense. Steel curtain.
Yeah. There's so many. The whole all-time Steelers team is Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
That's how good the all-time Steelers is.
Yeah, they were good.
Yeah, he was very good. Finished with 91 rushing touchdowns in his career. I mean, he's a pretty cool dude. I mean, he's probably one of the most beloved Pittsburgh Steelers of all time.
It's true, which is one of the most prominent franchises in the NFL.
Yeah.
Sure is.
It's a solid opening argument.
Yeah, it's good.
I could literally do this opening argument for Ladainian Tomlinson, just doing it based off his 2006 season alone. The man eclipsed. Let's just scroll down here because, I'm sorry. He has so many fucking records. It literally takes up my entire other monitor over here. Let's just scroll down here. He had 31 touchdowns in 2006 from scrimmage, 28 rushing touchdowns, and 3 receiving touchdowns. Those 31 touchdowns from scrimmage is the all-time record. Those 28 rushing touchdowns is the all-time record. That is literally, if you go back throughout the history, even in fantasy football, they say that is the greatest single season of all time that anybody ever had. He won the MVP that year. Offensive Player of the Year, Walter Payton Man of the Year. So not only is he, winning MVP, he's also a great man named after Walter Payton. He's a 3-time first-team All-Pro, 04, 06, 07, 3-time second-team All-Pro, 02, 03, 05, 5-time Pro Bowler, which I'm surprised Bettis has more Pro Bowls, but good for Bettis. He's a Burt Bell Award winner. He's a 2-time NFL rushing yards leader, 06, 07, 3 times NFL rushing touchdown leader, 04, 06, 07, and he, in the NFL, the 2000s, which is what we grew up in, he's on the all-decade team. He's got his jersey retired for the Chargers, and he's also in the Chargers Hall of Fame. And he has 145 rushing touchdowns, which is literally 50 more than Jerome Bettis all time. And he was a better receiver out of the backfield than Jerome Bettis. Different errors, but, it is what it is. More yards than him all time. He's just literally just a better running back than Jerome Bettis.
And in what I'm seeing too here, less games.
Less games. Yeah, he only played, I believe,
172, Jerome's 192.
Yep.
It's big time.
Yeah, he was 12 years in the NFL. And then also, I'm already, I'm going my first shot across over here.
Let's start it. Punch it across.
In the NFL Top 100, Ladainian Tomlinson was ranked 51 all time. Jerome Bettis was 98. He's literally 40 spots better ahead of him.
And whose ranking was that?
At the NFL.
The top 100 that they put out?
A panel that Bill Belichick was on.
Well, he doesn't know anything about football. So.
Nothing.
Yeah, I mean, he got that. That's fine. But we're talking about the bus.
Gus bus.
when you really think about it, Jerome Bettis is more beloved in NFL lore than Ladainian Tomlinson by other peers, by other coaches. People just love the bus. I mean, he's 3 inches taller than me. That's it. Like, he's a relatable dude. People love him. He represents what Pittsburgh was. I mean, hardworking, blue collar kind of guy. I mean, the dude was diagnosed with asthma at 14. That, you know how hard that is to be in high school and then just be an NFL running back? and linebacker. He also had a rough growing up where he had to sell crack to help his family with bills and stuff growing up.
I don't know if that is a positive for him.
I mean, it's
hey man, listen. The bus was called the bus because he was moving that work. That's why he was moving it by the busload.
I mean, coming out of high school, he was the top player in the state of Michigan, and he won Gatorade Player of the Year.
Yeah,
and then he went to the iconic Notre Dame. So you want to talk about iconic? He played at Notre Dame football in Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah.
Those are probably the two most iconic college and NFL teams in football.
Yeah, it's iconic, but he's
Ladainian Tomlinson went to TCU.
He's literally the argument here is who's the better player all the time. He's not better than Ladainian Tomlinson.
The argument here is what I think is the better argument.
The better argument here is Ladainian Tomlinson, also in college, went to an unknown college in TCU, was the Doe Walker Award winner, which is the best running back in college football, consensus All-American, and he has his jersey number retired for his fucking college team. Does Jerome Bettis even have his jersey number retired for any fucking team he played on?
So he would, but the Steelers don't do that.
Oh, I'm sorry. If you're a prominent franchise, you don't retire jersey numbers? That's fucking lame.
It's understood that nobody's going to wear Jerome Bettis' jersey again. Along with him, Bradshaw, Hines Ward, all those greats, they don't retire the jerseys themselves, but they still have that sort of retirement stuff to it.
Sure. So stupid.
I'm not saying it's not stupid, but
prominent franchise, my fucking ass. Anyways, does Jerome Bettis have any NFL records?
He has the record for most overtime touchdowns in a single season.
Okay.
With 2.
Okay.
That's something.
That's something.
That's not nothing.
Okay. Is that it?
He's also got records at Notre Dame for TDs.
Okay.
What are those records?
He had his sophomore season, 16 touchdowns, rushing, 4 touchdowns receiving. That was that year. So he said 20 total touchdowns.
Are you guys ready for the list of Ladainian Tomlinson records? I think you guys might want to sit here, kick your feet up, because we're going to be here for about 15 fucking minutes going through these.
Well, I'll make sure my computer cuts out in that time.
Literally, he, in the calendar month of football, has the most points scored with 78. That record he broke in 2006 was a record from 1961 that he broke. Most touchdowns scored in a 5-game stretch, 16. Most touchdowns scored in a 6-game stretch, 19. Most touchdowns scored in the first 10 games of a season, 22. Most touchdowns scored in the first 12 games of a season, 26. Most touchdowns scored in a single calendar month, 13. November 2006, during Nick's birthday month, of course. The previous record was 12 by Jim Brown in 1958. He has the most games with 2+ rushing touchdowns with 38. Most games with 3+ rushing touchdowns with 12. Most games with 200 yards from scrimmage in a season, 5. He has the most games with 18 or more points in a season, 6. This literally goes all the way fucking down to the most games with 10 or more points. So 10 through 18, he has that record. Most games with 2 or more touchdowns in a season, 10 record. Most games with 3 or more touchdowns in a season, 6. Most games with 3 or more rushing touchdowns in a season, 5. Most games with 4 rushing touchdowns in a season, 3. This dude was a touchdown machine. All he did when he touched the ball was fucking score.
That would seem apparent.
And then let's just get down to
something I haven't heard.
I wasn't finished.
I'm interrupting. This ain't your opening argument. Something I haven't heard, and I don't think I'm gonna hear, is what's that word I'm looking for? Super Bowl title. Does he have one of those? Because I don't think he does.
He does not.
So he doesn't have a Super Bowl title. Where my guy, his last game he ever played, it was a Super Bowl, and he won.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's cool to ride the bench and get carried to a fucking Super Bowl. That's awesome. Congratulations. Round of applause for you, Jerome. Good fucking job.
Rings a ring.
You want to know what that argument is? Who's higher ranked by NFL esteemed people all time, Ladainian Tomlinson or Jerome Bettis? Ladainian Tomlinson wins by 40 spots.
Would you rather have a ring on your finger that says I'm a champion, or be ranked 40 spots ahead of somebody?
I would rather be ranked 40 spots ahead of somebody and be considered one of the greatest running backs of all time. Ladainian Tomlinson is a top 5 running back of all time. It's literally like he's right there.
I think Jerome Bettis would easily take his career with winning a Super Bowl ring.
Well, he can go back to selling crack. Anyways, Ladainian Tomlinson with the most seasons with 1,500 yards from scrimmage, 8. Most consecutive seasons with 16 touchdowns, rushing, 5. Dude, this guy literally, I'm just sitting here just reading records. And this is what kills me at the very end. He's the fastest player in NFL history to reach 1,500 yards from scrimmage with 121 games. 15,000 yards in 121 games. That's insane. Dude came into the NFL as a rookie and ran for 1,300 yards. He has an MVP award. Does Jerome Bettis have a fucking MVP? No.
So you know what Jerome Bettis did do?
What did Jerome Bettis do?
Eat
a lot of food?
His rookie season, he ran for 1,430 yards, which was second in the NFL. He had 79 first downs, which led the NFL, and he had 38 runs of 10 or more yards, which also led the NFL. His rookie season.
Okay. Why did he have to have a comeback player of the season?
Because the Rams decided to go in a different direction with the offense, and he didn't want to play there anymore, so he went to Pittsburgh.
Oh, so he was a crybaby and cried his way out of town. Nice.
Now, here's a stat I'm looking at, just to interject and mix things up here. Yards, career yardage.
Yep.
With the amount of games played for Jerome Bettis, he's right there with LT, but why do you think he doesn't get more yardage in his career?
With playing more games? I don't know. Probably because he needed his fucking inhaler.
So you're holding a medical issue against him because he was a short yardage back?
Yes. That's the difference. Is Jerome Bettis will go down as one of the greatest short yard back of all time. Ladainian Tomlinson will go down as one of the best overall running backs of all time. Ladainian Tomlinson and Marshall Faulk, I would say Marshall before Ladainian, started this whole running back coming out of the backfield and catching passes and being a weapon out of the backfield with the ball. It was both of them. That's the original argument I want to do, Ladainian Tomlinson versus Marshall Faulk, because I thought that would have been crazy. But I don't like Marshall Faulk. Morgan doesn't like Marshall Faulk, so here we are.
Sure.
But that's just like, I love the bus, and I'm just like sitting here, I'm giving him shit like for, needing an inhaler, which is obviously a medical problem, which he can't help. But he's a short yardage running back. He's great at what he was, but he's nowhere in the old, the skill gap between him and Ladainian Tomlinson is immense.
Not always about skills, though.
When it comes to having literally 50 more touchdowns at a short yard running back, when your job is literally to go in from the 1 yard line and score, and Ladainian Tomlinson has 50 more touchdowns in less games, that's a skill gap. Not only could Ladainian Tomlinson get you that 1 yard, he could also get you 30 or 50 or 70.
Now, era does play into this. Yes or no?
No.
You don't think so at all?
They're too close. I think if LT was in the 2010s, I think it'd be different.
Now, offensive play styles, I'd say yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Because the Chargers were an explosive offense. The Steelers were ground and pound, couple backs, and just pound the ball.
Yeah, I mean, Ladainian Tomlinson, I think, is at that cusp. But he was one of the last bell cow running backs.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure all the football people out there are like Derrick Henry.
What do you think is the most iconic moment for either of them?
I mean, just that 2006 season as a whole.
The whole season?
Yeah.
Morgan, what do you got for the bus?
I think it's the bus going out a champion, retiring right
after winning. Yeah, it's a really cool way to go out.
I mean, that's how you want to end your career, is going out a champion.
The thing is that kills me about that, though, it wasn't even the best running back on his team. Willie Parker housed that 70-yard run.
Now, who was Ladainian Tomlinson playing with?
Well, he was playing with Phillip Rivers and Antonio Gates, but also he was facing the New England Patriots with Tom Brady in the playoffs.
So do you think that's why he has a lack of Super Bowl rings?
Yes. I think that's why Peyton Manning has a lack of Super Bowl rings as well. Anybody in the AFC or the NFL, I think a lack of Super Bowl rings is because of the New England Patriots.
And you would say, granted, the running back probably has a little less control than the quarterback does at winning.
Correct. I think in the NFL too, rings culture, which I know Morgan's, argument is for Jerome Bettis getting a ring. In the NFL, it's not like the NBA where if you're a single superstar, you're expected to be able to win one championship in your career. That's an expectation. In the NFL, it's not like that unless you're a quarterback.
Yeah.
Let's go. Longevity.
I mean, I think Ladainian Tomlinson, you literally see his, etching on the game today still, with running backs coming out of the backfield, catching passes, running the ball, doing kind of everything on a football field. I think that is due to Ladainian Tomlinson's skill set as a running back. I think the NFL has gone away more from the ground and pound game, the Mike Allstott, the Jerome Bettis with the big guy, rumbling, bumbling, stumbling, and then more into the pass catch. Because even somebody like Derrick Henry today caught a screen pass and went for 25 yards. So it's like even the big guys now have the skills that Ladainian Tomlinson, really brought into the league. I would say like he was one of him and Marshall, like the first two to do that,
Change the game.
Yeah, but fuck Marshall Faulk. That dude's Hall of Fame speech is one of the worst of all time.
Yeah, I mean that's true. I mean, but Bettis he's almost like an average guy that made it.
No, he's not. He literally ran like a 4.4 at 250.
4.7.
A 4.7 at 250? He's not an average guy.
I mean, comparative to other running backs that are there.
He's not an average guy. He's literally bigger than the fucking linebackers tackling him.
I would say it's pretty tough to say that any professional athlete is average.
Well, I'm comparative to like the other running backs that come out nowadays. Like all the running backs are running 4.4s, 4.3s. Bettis was a 4.7 guy. He
also weighed 250 fucking pounds.
Yeah, it was a tank.
It's a big boy.
Which, the most exciting part of any game is when a big guy starts running the ball. It's one of the greatest things to ever see.
You just got some sick garbage point fantasy yards from Lockett, by the way.
I didn't need it. He's already got like 28 when I checked.
He's balling.
All right, guys. Let's go off the field.
Yeah, let's do it.
These guys are both Walter Payton recipients.
Yep.
Both great men.
Which means they're both great dudes.
I mean, this is no argument of great men. I mean,
yeah, like
they're both.
I mean, yeah, like what am I gonna do? Like make fun of like Jerome Bettis's like foundation? No. Is he gonna make fun of LT's foundation?
The bus stops here. Foundation fire name. Absolute fire name.
LT's is like not as fire, but it's not bad. Tomlinson touching lives foundations. Shut the fuck up, Morgan. You know for a fact who I'm referencing.
That's not as good of a name.
It's not, but yeah, they both have foundations where they do nice stuff off the field. Ladainian Tomlinson works for the NFL Network, so he's still involved with the NFL.
Yeah,
what's Jerome Bettis up to?
I think he's with ESPN now. He's been on NBC, NFL Network, ESPN, doing analysis and stuff for him.
Guy seems to not be able to stick at one place. Can't keep a job.
Yikes.
Unreal.
You guys are crazy.
I'm crazy.
Well, I'm also seeing, you guys said it earlier. Jerome Bettis got a Rookie of the Year.
Yep.
LT got a Player of the Year.
MVP.
The Hall of Fame All-Team. He's got an MVP. Morgan.
Mm-hmm.
No MVP or all 2000s-ish team for Jerome Bettis. Why?
Well, when he was more in the 90s.
I'm saying that for him.
Running back in the 90s with Emmitt Smith or Terrell Davis.
So, Matt, would you say that when Ladainian Tomlinson was in the league, he was the best running back in the league?
Yes, bar none.
And would you say Jerome Bettis was ever the best running back in the league when he was there?
Not a chance.
Probably not.
So this is...
I'm going back through 2000s running backs.
A very tough argument.
It is. And I like Morgan's argument, though, leaning heavily on, how cool the bus was.
Yeah, I mean...
like, that is the argument you can have.
Me personally, when I think back into my childhood and stuff like that, collecting football cards and stuff like that, I love Jerome Bettis.
Yeah.
And here's something really quick that I want to point out to you guys, just to show, like I said, the skill gap between LT and Jerome Bettis. Ladainian Tomlinson, when he was eligible for the Hall of Fame, was a first ballot Hall of Famer. Jerome Bettis, it took him 5 tries to get in.
Which is ridiculous.
Still got it.
Still got it, but there's a different ring to it when it's like Ladainian Tomlinson, first ballot Hall of Famer.
And so it's surprising
it's the upper
to see
echelon.
surprising to see that Jerome Bettis. It's that. I mean, it's also surprising to see that Jerome has more Pro Bowl appearances.
Yeah.
But that.
And it's pretty easy to get this Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
the Pro Bowl.
Tell you.
Like Morgan said, though, Jerome Bettis was a fan favorite. And the fact that Ladainian Tomlinson accomplished all he did for a team in San Diego that lost their fucking team is mildly impressive, too.
Yeah.
The Chargers literally played 16 home games each year.
But, I mean, would you be rather
16 away games, excuse me.
Steelers or a legend for the Chargers?
I'd rather be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
I'd rather be a Super Bowl champion.
Well, choices. I'd rather be MVP, first ballot Hall of Famer.
I would rather be a team guy and win a Super Bowl.
No, we do bring up
you're giving him a lot of credit for this one Super Bowl that he didn't do fucking shit.
He was the leader. They were all motivated to send Jerome Bettis out with the NFL.
I can tell you right now, they did not use Jerome Bettis as motivation to win a fucking Super Bowl.
They literally used it all season. It was the thing. We got to win it for the bus. We got to take the bus there. We got to get that was the calling card.
Well, here's the thing. You got to take the bus there because the bus is dragging ass and back all of us. We got to drag them to the fucking Super Bowl. Congratulations, dude. You literally got a fucking Super Bowl being the backup running back. Good fucking job. Nobody gives a shit. Like, be an MVP. Be a fucking first ballot Hall of Famer. Like, be the fucking best. Ladainian Tomlinson stepped on the field and he was the best player on the field 9 out of 10 times. Jerome Bettis can't say that. Jerome Bettis can't hold a fucking jockstrap to Ladainian Tomlinson. You're having this argument and you're using Marshall Faulk being like he's a 2-time Super Bowl champion? Fair. But Jerome Bettis getting dragged to a fucking Super Bowl by a defense and Ben Roethlisberger who got fucking hot and fucking Willie Parker who was the starting running back, like you're giving him way too much credit for that fucking Super Bowl. Nobody gives a shit. They didn't need motivation to get the bus there because they were dragging his fucking ass there.
It's tough words to hear.
It's the truth.
We got any other accolades for these dudes that you think will seal the deal, or do we want to move straight to a closing argument?
I mean, I still have records to read, but I'm good. We can we can move to the closing argument.
Morgan, is he there?
Yeah, no, I think we're good.
All right, well, closing arguments.
I mean, I've harped on the Super Bowl championship. He's more beloved. To be an icon in the Pittsburgh Steelers franchise is crazy. He has a crazy game where he had 5 carries for 1 yard, but he had 3 touchdowns. It's weird, but it's awesome. You put him at the 1 yard line. I'm taking the bus every time to get in that end zone. Every time. But
how do you think about that, Matt? Game on the line. 1 yard to go.
Dude, I'm giving the ball to Ladainian Tomlinson. He literally has scored 50 touchdowns more. Just because he's not 250, he's still getting in there because he's fast enough to reach the edge and dive for the pylon.
So why didn't the Seahawks give the ball to Marshawn Lynch?
That's a great question.
Somebody should ask Richard Sherman that.
Yeah, somebody should ask Pete Carroll that.
All right, guys.
For me, my closing argument is literally Ladainian Tomlinson was the best player 9 out of 10 times he stepped on the football field. He's 40 spots ahead of him in the NFL top 100, which is literally the people that know the NFL's history the most have him 40 spots plus ahead of Jerome Bettis. He's literally got 50 more touchdowns. He's got an MVP. Like, he was the best running back in the 2000s. He has one of the funniest ESPN commercials with his fucking pitch black dark visor trying to do the mail, putting it into the wrong slots because he can't see, which is fucking hilarious. And I know Jerome Bettis has funny ESPN commercials too. And you know what? The bus may be more beloved than Ladainian Tomlinson, but Ladainian Tomlinson will go down as a top 5 running back of all time. And you still see the effect of Ladainian Tomlinson's NFL career and the way he played on the NFL today.
I've reached a verdict.
Thank you. 1 point. I'm raising my hand.
Morgan, I didn't know there was a shirt till now. Nice, dude. True Farms. Sick. We should have coordinated. I got one too.
I love Jerome Bettis. And I love Ladainian Tomlinson. Ladainian Tomlinson was the first football jersey, one of the first I ever owned, I think.
The powder blue.
Yep, he was. But I also love Jerome Bettis, like I said earlier. Matt brought a strong argument. Morgan, obviously, with the Super Bowl championship.
Picked me to win.
That's a strong argument as well. But Morgan, you may have shot yourself in the foot by saying that at no point in his career was Jerome Bettis the best running back in the league, which would mean that there's no way he could stack up against Ladainian Tomlinson if Ladainian Tomlinson is at the point he is in the top 100. So I got to give it to Matt based on that.
Bang! Morgan, great argument for somebody that had 50 less touchdowns. That was a good argument.
I tried.
You had a lot less to go off of.
You did. You did a great job. And Jerome, if you hear any of this and we can ever interview you, I'm sorry for making fun of your asthma.
And hey, just maybe, sneak a little bit of that crack this way,
just slide that across the table.
I'm gonna pass on that.
I wanted to have this quick fun fact about Ladainian Tomlinson before we go in.
I'm shocked you didn't bring up his swag.
LTs?
I'm really shocked you didn't bring up his
I didn't
there with the sleeve and
I didn't need to.
I mean, we were kind of getting into the same territory as the Andre Johnson and Steve Smith, where just the records outweighed the other person significantly.
Yeah, but my last quick little fact about LT is always tied to me because not only was he one of my favorite players in the NFL when he was playing, he was also essentially traded for Michael Vick. The Chargers traded the number 1 pick to the Falcons, and the Falcons drafted Michael Vick, and LT went 5 to the Chargers. So it's always a fun little tidbit for me, that they're both kind of tied with each other. But we're gonna dip on down to the weekly wrap up, and we are gonna start with baseball. There was a lot of baseball stuff this week, guys.
A lot of baseball stuff.
Let's start off with Lindor hitting 3 homers in the finale of the Subway Series and talking that shit to the Yankees last week.
That was also a really fucking good series.
It was.
Yeah. That was a good one.
Mm-hmm.
And he was mashing that game.
It was. He literally admitted in his post-game interview that his last at-bat, he was going up to hit a home run, right? He was like, yeah, I was trying to put it out.
Success.
Great success.
Yeah.
Tennessee tied it there in overtime.
Yep, I got it up right now.
Nice.
I'll keep the folks updated at home. Not that they're going to be listening to this Monday morning on the way to work, but
I think the game's going to be over.
It might be. Let's go into the AL wildcard race. How wild this is getting. See what I did there?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. I mean, the Red Sox are picking up the pace. They're on a 5-game winning streak.
That'll help.
Yeah. The Yankees are on a 2-game losing streak. The Red Sox might pull that off. They do have the easiest schedule out of all 3 of the teams that were tied initially between the Blue Jays, Sox, and the Yankees.
Yeah, so who's got it right now? The Blue Jays and Sox?
Currently, the Red
Sox are in the lead.
On the Blue Jays, and then the
Yankees are 2.5 games behind the Blue Jays.
I thought it was a game and a half.
9 games to 7.5.
Nice. All right. Well, speaking of the Blue Jays, us 3 had an argument this week, not on this podcast. And it was regarding Vladdy Jr. overtaking Ohtani for the home run lead and a potential triple crown. And I said he was literally not going to get more than 20% of the vote. And these guys,
10%.
I said,
definitely
10%.
We considered a wash 20 if you go back and read the text messages. I don't think he's going to get more than 10. I'll be shocked if he gets to 20. Like, that'll be shocking to me over Ohtani.
Now, we also have to give some context.
Go ahead.
We're not saying that Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is going to get more than 20% of the votes. We're saying if Vladimir Guerrero Jr. beats him in home runs, achieves the Triple Crown, and brings the Blue Jays to a playoff appearance, that is the argument. And I think that gets you more than 20% of the votes against Ohtani.
I still don't, man. The writers are in love with Ohtani. It's just like, it's not even about like what Vladdy can do. The MVP is already decided. People already know who they're voting for, and it's Ohtani. Like, it's just going to be Ohtani by like 90%.
I just think at his age, doing that much with that ending push, if they were to make it to the playoffs the first time in half a decade, that's incredibly impressive.
It is. Listen, my argument is I'm not saying it's not impressive what Vladdy's doing or anything. It's just not going to happen. Like, it's just the world we live in. They don't care because it's not Ohtani. Like, literally, I was sending you like articles about this argument talking about Vladdy Jr.'s, weight loss and like, how he's been playing this year. And they're like, yeah, well, he's not going to win the MVP, but, he's a potential Triple Crown winner. And it's like, oh, all right. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if the writers are saying that, then it's just like, it's a wash. Like,
I think what we're just trying to say is it shouldn't be. Like,
it should not be that way.
Winning a Triple Crown, getting a team who was at one point, I think 10 games out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. Plus
bringing them back.
Plus beating the person who everyone is looking at as the powerhouse for home runs in the MLB, plus beating him in home runs. That should not get that out of 100 people. That shouldn't get you 10 people being like, yeah, okay. It should be way more than that.
It should be at least like 35, 40.
It should be, but it's not going to be.
That's just crazy to me.
Which is why the baseball writers suck.
They're terrible.
Which brings me back to my main point: the baseball writers stink.
That's always our point ever.
The writers are a joke.
It's dumb. And we've talked about it before on here, how we've said, how far does Ohtani go doing both? And they're pulling him the rest of this season for pitching. They know they're not going to make the playoffs, obviously. So why bust him through all that? But it makes you question, can he do this consistently for the majority of his career? And if he does it again next year, is he MVP next year? Or are we just getting it because it's the initial shock of somebody being able to do that after so long?
I think if he puts up similar numbers, it'd be hard not to give him the MVP. Like, he's got good numbers on both sides, pitching and hitting.
He does.
I mean, if he doesn't piss off the writers, he's probably going to.
But the Angels aren't going to go anywhere.
I mean, they get Trout back next year. It's possible. It could happen.
I mean, Mike Trout is arguably one of the greatest baseball players of all time, and they haven't done anything with him.
It's true.
So,
I don't know. Maybe they spend money this offseason. Who knows what the Angels
say? They spend money every offseason.
They have to, because something's wrong.
They brought in Rendon. That didn't work. Joe Madden. All kinds of people.
Something's wrong. I mean, in the long run,
I just think it's fucked up.
Realistically, the Blue Jays are probably not going to make the playoffs. But
yeah,
the Triple Crown's just so rare. It's hard for me to buy.
It's tough.
Fair.
Especially at 22. 22 is insane.
His age to me is so nuts.
It is ridiculous.
And to say his story being the son of a Hall of Famer, an all-time Hall of Famer, that shouldn't play into a role.
Being better.
Is great. Because Vladimir Guerrero is considered one of the best players of all time.
Yeah.
Like, he's up there. And his son is doing something his dad never did.
That's true.
Yep.
I love Vladdy Jr. Chomp King. I've known Vladimir Guerrero Jr. supported right here. It's just the reality we live in.
And can I just say, before even all this push happened and even talks of Triple Crown, go back. I predicted Vladimir Guerrero Jr. to be an MVP.
You did.
He definitely put up those numbers, but you're going up against a cultural phenomenon right now.
For sure. 100%. On that, let's move on to something that I literally said to Nick that I don't give a shit about. Ryan Braun retiring.
Yeah, I don't care either.
Yeah, I mean, it's something.
You're right. It is something.
It is something.
But
it's an MVP.
He can go home.
Yeah. He's going to.
I don't care.
Go retire.
He's out of here. I mean, the Brew Crew's doing good this year.
Go shoot up your steroids freely now.
Maybe they get one for him. Shoot your steroids up freely.
That's like the equivalent of Jerome Bettis getting a Super Bowl ring. Go win one for him. Eat shit. Speaking of the Brewers, Dodgers, and Giants all clinch playoff spots. Nick's World Series picks looking good. Yeah,
real good.
Mine
they're really good.
They lost to the Cubs today, so
they don't. They clinched. Doesn't matter.
My World Series pick is looking awful. They're fighting with each other in the dugout. It's not good.
Do they even make the playoffs?
No,
I don't think so.
No. At least I got the Red Sox making the playoffs potentially.
You got them winning the World Series.
Let's go Bulls.
Yeah, Yeah, Tatis and Machado were just yelling at each other.
Yeah, crazy.
This
Do we know what it's
you.
about?
I have no clue. I didn't know what it was
Machado
about.
yelled. And something happened on the field. I think Tatis showboated a little bit after a play, and Machado yelled at him, "This isn't fucking about you." Which, to come from Machado, seems a little hypocritical.
Machado's got an ego, man.
Machado's kind of got an ego.
I kind of love it.
What do you mean this isn't about you? Bro, not making the playoffs with him being on the team, I assure you it is 100% about Fernando.
Bro, I am literally on the cover of MLB The Show at the age of like 23. Who the fuck are you?
I promise you it is about me.
Yeah. I promise you these people here are here to see me.
Do you think somebody screamed at him, "Hey, bet you Bryce Harper wins the MVP over you"? You got all pissed. Because he's making a push.
He is.
It's same argument.
Same.
Tatis is just an icon right now.
Yeah.
Versus Harper, who some people.
Bryce Harper, man, just like, no pun intended for the game, just fucking came out of left field with his MVP push.
Yeah.
Like,
which, good for Bryce. I've always liked Bryce.
Are they Philly? How close are they to Atlanta in the division? Like 2.5, 3, something like that.
Atlanta and Philly are like right there.
Yeah, it's another tight division.
They're a game and a half difference.
Oh, it's a game now. Yeah.
All right, we got 2 more baseball subjects. Can we just talk about how this man, Salvi Perez, has been dogged during the home run derby, been dogged this season? This man's been mashing.
He's having the most passed by season
ever. How many homers is he at for a catcher?
44.
That's absurd.
Is he above? Isn't he not above 42?
I
could have swore he was in the 43 range.
Maybe. Like 42, 43, 44.
The 43 range. That's huge. Listen, I could have swore he was in the 43 range.
I'm covering myself here.
Covering your bases?
He's 45, one behind Vladdy.
40. Oh, see, Nick was closer. He said in the 43 range.
I did. And the range means give or take a couple.
Yeah.
He's also past Ohtani, but he's also leading the league in RBIs.
Yo, Ohtani, that 50 bomb for you guys not looking too well.
Nah.
I said 47 last episode.
Yeah,
I said 47 originally.
I think I said 45 actually.
You guys can't copy me.
You
both said over.
I still think he said 50. I think he's gonna have 3.
He's not Barry Bonds.
Even after he got hit in the legs today.
2-3 homer games minimum.
Even after he got hit and he got hit in the little leggies.
He's fine.
Wright got ejected for hitting him.
As he should, and suspended for 3 games.
Do you think he gets ejected for 3 games if that's not Shohei Ohtani?
No.
Me neither. Which is why I think it's horseshit.
Last baseball subject, gentlemen. Seattle gets the 2023 All-Star game.
Cool. It's going to rain.
It's going to rain.
There's probably a 60% chance it's going to rain that day.
Yeah.
60% of the time it works every time.
It's cool because Seattle's got a cool stadium. It's a cool atmosphere. So it'll be an All-Star game.
That'll be cool. I mean,
hopefully we'll be there doing press stuff. You know what I mean, guys?
Hopefully the jerseys will not be dog shit that year.
Max Scherzer tearing it up for the Dodgers.
I mean, talk about potentially one of the greatest trade deadline moves of all time.
Yeah.
He's like 8-0 with like a 1-1 ER. It's crazy.
He's really fucking good.
He might win Cy Young. He might come in late and steal this.
That Seattle game end?
Yeah, Tennessee walked it off.
Nice. Sitting here watching like every touchdown. I'm like, what the fuck?
Speaking of, shoot on over to the old NFL.
Let's get over to week 2 recap. Let's do it. First game, Jags lose. They stink, dude.
So what is their record?
0-2.
My prediction is coming to fruition here.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
I'm not wrong. Am I wrong?
No, Nick, you're not wrong. You're just an asshole.
I was at work, but how much pressure was Lawrence under all day?
He had a nice ball to Marvin Jones. Like, I'm seeing flashes from Trevor. The biggest thing with me is I know this season's going to be what it is at this point. I just want to see improvement from him every game, and I just want us to be better by the end of the year.
Yeah, and then you're going to bring in a new coach next year when Urban goes to USC.
He's going to fake a heart attack.
I heard better by the end of the year.
I heard Deion Sanders.
I've heard that
getting thrown around.
Would be crazy.
That would be.
Yeah, I mean, Jack suck.
But on the flip side of the coin, are the Broncos for real?
I don't know. I can't get a gauge on them.
I mean, they haven't played anybody. They played the Giants and the Jags.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was the only game pick I got right this week. So I will.
Yeah, you guys are on a roll with those picks.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, I got one right today.
I'm improving every week.
Yeah, we're improving every week. All right. We're just trying to improve every week.
It's very easy to.
Hey, it doesn't matter. We're just trying to improve every week. That's it.
There's some crazy fireworks going on outside of my house, I believe.
Nice.
Are they celebrating?
Is it fireworks or gunshots?
I think if that was a gunshot, somebody's got the hammer of dawn out there.
The Bears barely beat the Bengals. Andy Dalton goes out with an injury. Is it Justin Fields time for the Bears?
Probably. I didn't see the injury, but I heard it sounded good.
It looked like he tore his Achilles when it initially happened. That's what I thought, but then he went back in and played, so I'm not sure.
I don't know. I just know Burrow was getting harassed all game because his offensive line still is absolute garbage.
Yeah. But Jamar Chase did score a touchdown, guys. So
that he did.
So it could be worse. We got another AFC North game. The Browns hold on for a win over the Texans. The Texans actually aren't complete dog shit like I thought they were going to be.
Yeah, they're a little better.
Yeah,
Tyrod looks good.
Didn't he go out with an injury today too?
He did, yeah. I think
there was a lot of injuries today from what I was reading. Yeah. I mean,
Tua went out for Miami.
Yeah. There's one thing with the Browns is they're going to put up points, in which you need to do to have any chance to beat the Chiefs.
Yep.
So they're going to be probably the second best offense in the league.
Yeah, they're going to be spicy.
Yeah.
I think they'll make some noise in the playoffs. Another Super Bowl pick for me, the Los Angeles Rams hang on to beat the Colts. Huge day from Cooper Kupp in fantasy. Eat it, Nick.
You're welcome. I had Stafford thrown to him.
That wasn't good for me.
I made a phone call.
Yeah.
Stafford.
Morgan and I colluded on this one. We talked, made a phone call out of the boys. Give me a buck 30 and 2 tutties. Can you do that for me?
Well, that would have been bad if you went 0-2.
It would have. Yeah, I can't have that happen.
No.
Rams are a really good team.
Yeah, they are.
Both defense is really good, but I mean, they still look very, very strong.
Wentz seemed decent today until he left with an injury.
Yeah, he got hurt again. I'm out on Wentz. I'm done with him.
Get him out. And then there was one game that I was right by default on with my gambling pick. I hit the under on the Bills versus Miami because I thought it was going to be a low-scoring, tight game. It was a low-scoring game for one side. 35-0. Buffalo wins.
And you were giving me shit because I took them as my survivor pick, and you're like, I can't wait for Miami to upset them. And that worked out well.
2-0 went out quick.
35-0. Dolphins need to move on from Tua. He's not it. He's not the guy.
He's not that guy, pal.
He's not. They got to find something because they aren't going to win anything with him.
I think they're going to trade for that nasty man.
Watson.
Nasty man?
Yeah, Deshaun Watson. That nasty man.
Yeah.
I told you. From now on, I'm referring to him as the nasty man.
Yeah. The Bills bounce back. I think they're still a strong team in the AFC.
Yeah.
All of our survivor picks, I think, are going to win.
Yeah.
Which, if you would have liked to have known what those were, you got to listen to our sports gambling episode.
That's right.
There's 2 of them out now. There's going to be another one next week too. Comes out Fridays.
Boom. Done. That's what you call a promo, folks.
That's just a little extra sauce on the side.
I didn't even have to tell him to do that. He just did that on his own accord.
Yeah.
What type of host am I?
Informed.
Yeah. Let's stay in the AFC East. The Patriots absolutely dominate Zach Wilson. Force 4 INTs. I think the Patriots are going to be competitive all year long. They're just going to play defense, run the football, and Mac Jones is not going to make mistakes.
Are they a playoff team?
Yes.
How far do you think they go?
Depends on the matchup.
True. Mac Jones looking good.
He is.
He looks very composed.
He's getting the ball out quick. Damian Harris is an animal.
He did get sacked twice in a row, 2 plays in a row, but that also might not all be on him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just want to credit Matt and I first because we said Belichick versus QBs is pretty much about as much of a lock as you can get.
And again, with my fantasy team, I got the New England Patriots defense, 4 picks, so it was beautiful. Okay.
See, I didn't play Buffalo's defense.
I have them as my head coach, but I still don't know what that entails.
I have no idea why we have a head coach for our fantasy league we're in, but whatever.
Listen, get it. Whatever. It won me fantasy last week. I got 8 points from my coach. So
more just like count it.
I have the Patriots.
I won by less than a point last week. And I got 8 points off a coach.
Whatever. Whatever. We're going to stay on the East Coast. The 49ers beat the Eagles in an absolute dogfight. And this game made me had one tweet from today. Jalen Hurts is good at football. He had some dimes today. I think Philly's going to be stronger than NFC East than we originally predicted.
Yep.
I don't. I still think
I don't think they go anywhere. But
I mean, I think they're going to give a lot of NFC East teams a handful. Jalen's a handful, man. He is.
I think today's game was a product of that team doesn't believe in Garoppolo.
I love Garoppolo. I think he's good.
Jimmy G.
Yeah, but I think the team likes Trey Lance more.
Oh, yeah, I think Trey Lance has their ceiling way higher than Jimmy G, which is saying something because Jimmy G did reach you to a Super Bowl. But,
yeah,
I think you're seeing teams that have a new quarterback that is better.
8 times in the NFC Championship game.
Guys, can I finish my point?
So now anybody gets to talk at any time.
Yeah.
Can I finish?
Can I finish? My point is, you see teams that go with the quarterback that they believe in, a la the Los Angeles Rams, and what level it brings the entire team up to, knowing that they have a quarterback that can win a Super Bowl. So I think Morgan's probably right. I think Jimmy G will be sitting by week 10 or traded. That's my guess.
I don't even know if we go week 10.
Yeah. Surprise game of the week for me. The Raiders go into Pittsburgh and beat them.
They do. 26-17.
Is that a product of Pittsburgh not being that good or the Raiders being that good? Derek Carr looks good.
I think people have slept on Derek Carr.
Yeah,
I think he's a very underrated but very, very talented quarterback who's gotten the raw end of the deal with John Gruden because people are always talking about that's not Gruden's guy, but he's a really good football player.
He is.
I mean, I don't think the Raiders are bad either. Like they played really well against Baltimore last week.
Now, to be fair, TJ Watt did get hurt for Pittsburgh, so
yeah,
that does make a significant difference.
I mean, Najee Harris finally got in the end zone today, which was nice.
Yeah, with a hell of a stiff arm.
But Henry, oh dude, that stiff arm was mean.
Vicious.
Oh my god,
I saw that.
I was like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah.
Who was that? Oh, that was on friggin' Simmons too, who hit super hard for a safety. Najee Harris, like, get off me.
Not hard enough.
That boy was angry.
Yeah, he was. But Henry Ruggs, if they get Ruggs involved, man, he's so fucking fast.
He's so fast.
Like
I want to see him and Tyreek Hill in a foot race because
I think it'll be close. I think Hill's gonna beat him, but
close.
It'll be close.
Yeah.
We're gonna move on to the NFC South. Dude, the Panthers might be legit, man. Sam Darnold looks good. You get him a little talent around him and a competent head coach, and by golly, look at that. He's a competent quarterback.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thunk it? Jameis comes back down to earth with 2 picks.
Yeah, that's about right.
This looks like the Saints team that I originally predicted was going to happen today.
Yeah. And
yeah.
It doesn't make me feel any better about Green Bay. I was hoping
Green Bay's fine.
I was hoping the Saints would look better just so people would be like, they're a good team. But
yeah, Green Bay's fine, dude. Don't worry about it.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. We're going to go to the 4:00 games, which I don't have written down, but I'm seeing the highlights right now, so this will work out well. We got Dallas walking it off with a game-winning kick. Nick, how do you feel about that?
I feel good. I mean, I think they got dogged last week. So
a lot of penalties this week in that game.
Yeah.
A lot of penalties. But hey, win's a win for Dallas. You're moving on. You're 1-1.
Yeah,
happy to
all
see.
The 4:00 games were really pretty
happy
really
to
close.
See Dak is out there slinging it.
Yeah, he looks good. He's really he's making throws I didn't think he could make, to be honest, which is
Amari Cooper got me nothing this week, so congrats. It'll be 5 fucking points, dude.
Let's dip on over to that Arizona Minnesota game, which was crazy. They just kept scoring.
Yep. That's a high
Kyler
scoring
Murray.
game.
Kyler Murray is literally what I used to do to Morgan in Madden, just like in real life. What he does, like running.
I can't
in
even
the pocket.
enjoy Kyler Murray because of you. I can't. It's so annoying. That's
Bro,
all I see.
Dog, he's a video game character back there.
Dog.
Dog.
Yeah. I literally I can't enjoy him because of you. So thanks for that.
You're welcome. DeAndre Hopkins is still really good at football. Arizona's got a shit ton of weapons. Yeah, they're solid squad.
Yeah.
Solid squad. Minnesota, Kirk Cousins, old unreliable, as Morgan would say.
You know, I almost feel bad for Vikings fans having to deal with Kirk Cousins. But then I remember they chose the Vikings, so I don't feel bad at all. Suck it.
Suck it.
Let's talk about another one of Morgan's favorite teams. The Seattle Seahawks lose to Tennessee. Tennessee was down in that game by double digits, and they came back and won, which is pretty impressive. Derrick Henry finally went over for 100 yards, which how the fuck did he go number one overall in our fantasy league?
Who picked that? Who picked him?
I don't know. Don't know. It's one of the craziest things I've ever seen in my life.
That's not.
Half, though.
That's,
What'd you say?
Yeah.
He had a hell of a second half.
He did.
Yeah, because he finished with like 160 and 3 tutties.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh, that was a great point you were about to make, Morgan.
Oh, that was about time. I was waiting for it.
Yeah, right on cue.
Yes.
So Seattle loses. I know Morgan's happy, and I know Morgan was going to make a phenomenal point about how Seattle's defense is going to be, you know, the end to them this year, and that Russell Wilson can't. Oh, hey, Morgan,
hey.
You're back.
you're back.
Yeah.
We were just talking about how happy you were Seattle lost.
Oh, yeah. I'm always happy when they lose.
Would you like to tell Seattle fans to suck it?
No, they know.
You know.
Another 4:00 game. Tampa Bay absolutely dominates Atlanta.
Yeah.
Tom Brady is the fucking man.
Yeah.
It was cool to have a Kyle Pitts sighting today. Saw him catch a couple balls. He looks pretty athletic. But Atlanta, it's time to move on from Matt Ryan. Tear it down, rebuild. It's over.
It's over.
He's such an overrated quarterback.
They're going to regret not taking Trey Lance.
Or literally anybody.
Yeah, it's not good.
They might already regret it.
That is not good.
I've been saying for a while Matt Ryan's overrated.
Yeah. Am I missing any games from the 4:00 window? I feel like I am. No, I'm not. I got them all. There's only 4. I got them all.
There's only
Boom.
one game left tonight.
Boom.
That's the Chiefs and the Ravens.
Chiefs Ravens. It's about to kick off here, folks. Nick, who do you got tonight?
The Chiefs. He's 4-0 against them recently, I think. The Ravens. So Patrick Mahomes.
Morgan, who you got?
Not only is he 4-0 against the Ravens, Patrick Mahomes hasn't lost in September in his career. So I'm riding with the Chiefs because I can't argue that logic. We've never lost in September. Matt's taking the Ravens. I already see it on his smug face here.
Lamar Jackson. I think Lamar has a bounce back game. I just think the Ravens need this win. I think they're going to be out there playing desperate.
Can they score 35, though?
It depends on the Chiefs defense. If the Chiefs defense can stop the run with Lamar and everybody and the Ravens 5th string running back, then yeah.
But they still got to score at least 35 to beat the Chiefs.
The Ravens have been absolutely annihilated by injuries this year. Like half their rosters need like ACL replacement.
They're San Francisco from, was it last year?
Last year, yeah. That was last year. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm going to take the Ravens tonight, though. I'm going to go out on a limb. I think Lamar's that guy. I think he'll be fine. I think it'll be a close one.
It's a bad pick.
Blowout.
So
that's whatever. I make bad picks all the time.
2 touchdown game, Chiefs.
I make bad picks all the time. I picked you as a friend, so.
Yeah, that was first mistake.
I'm just kidding for anybody listening. All right, we got some other football-related topics, not from today. Let's jump back to the Giants on Thursday night, choking away the game. Ken, look at me. Look at the computer. It's going to be okay. Daniel Jones is probably not that guy, but it's going to be okay.
You know who else is not that guy? Your guy Saquon.
He's struggling, man.
I don't think he's that good of a running back.
Like, Chase Young was with him step for step. That was crazy.
He gets one explosive play every couple of games, but that's it. He's not a consistent running back.
He's not. That's why I benched him this week.
Good call.
You're on the bench.
Yeah.
I think he's a home run hitter. He always has been. I don't think he's a product of being a bad running back. I think he's an average running back that has home run potential. It's like a baseball player having a high strikeout rate, but he can still rake, 40 plus home runs a year. I think that's the best analogy for Shaquan. I think he'll be fine in the long run. I still think he's getting his legs under him. I don't think, he's quite back yet from that ACL, but we'll see. Morgan, you could be right.
Yeah. There's just stuff I'm seeing from him. I get shades of Eddie Lacy from him.
Oh, at least he's not fat like Eddie.
Yeah, I think he trimmed back down to like 270 now.
Only.
It's a big boy.
He got up to like 315 when playing with the Packers, which was insane.
That's crazy.
All that
That's
cheese.
absolutely ridiculous.
That one camp, I remember him coming in, and he stood next to an offensive lineman, and he was bigger than him. I was like, dude,
thick boy.
What are you doing?
The first truck made for thick boys.
Oh,
so let's talk about Josh Gordon potentially getting reinstated by the NFL for the 18th time.
Jesus.
I saw it break, and I'm like, why? There's no way this man is coming back.
Any year in fantasy football, this was the first year I wouldn't take Josh Gordon. Maybe? I wouldn't take Josh Gordon in the last round of my fantasy draft. Because in the back of my mind, I have that season where he led the NFL in receiving yards in 12 games. And he was absolutely like one of the best players on the field. And he talks about that now. And he was like, I was like drunk and high for every game. And I was out there dogging people. And I'm like, how were you intoxicated running like that?
He's only like 31?
Insane, dude.
Like, granted, I give T.O. a better chance of coming back than Josh Gordon.
Physical tools. Josh Gordon was one of the best physical receivers of all time. Like physically,
easy. He's
he was 6'4", 6'5", and literally was running by corners on slants for touchdowns.
Like Julio.
That's crazy.
But he was like Julio mixed with Odell's speed, like top end speed. It was crazy.
But yeah, I think it's his 8th reinstatement.
Guy's killing me.
Lay off the
weed. Last football subject of the evening. We're going to go to college football. Did you guys see that Oklahoma interception?
Yeah.
That shit was crazy.
Oh, my God. Did you guys see Trae Young on the sideline?
Right there.
I did see that, yeah.
Oh, my God. That was such a crazy pick.
Trae Young, very cool, by the way.
Like they showed it side by side with like the Odell catch, and it looked crazy. But the dude's a corner, not a wide receiver.
Yeah, the gloves they make nowadays, insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can fucking catch a ball with your fingertips, dude. Like,
yeah, it is incredible. We're gonna move on to a subject of the NBA. Got some NBA news coming in here recently. John Wall to be traded. Been seen in LA hanging out with Paul George.
Maybe, because that contract he has is so hard to unload.
Yeah.
John Wall's career makes me sad.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, he had his run.
Like, when he came in, dude, ask Matt. I was so pumped for John Wall.
He was sick.
I was on the John Wall hype train, dude. I was ready for this dude.
And like you saw him potentially being able to like develop a jumper too, and it just never panned out.
I mean, his speed alone, he's quick as shit.
So fast.
But just like he never had that other piece.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Sucks.
And it's crazy his contract. I think he's making $44 million this year.
Maybe he's one of these players that finds success in the twilight of his career.
Maybe, it happens to a lot of guys, but
I want good things for John Wall because John Wall's
he's gonna have to take a buyout and to give up
that much money.
$35 million, I think.
Now, what's the rumor? Is it the Rockets?
I heard he's on the Rockets.
He's on the Rockets, right?
I heard the Clippers. I heard
Clippers,
OKC because OKC loves to buy people out. Or like take buyouts and shit. And then I heard there was one more I can't think of off the top of my or Orlando was another one I heard.
I thought it was Orlando or something like that.
None of it's good.
No, none of it's good for John, but He got paid, so do you, King?
Do you keep on sitting there doing the dance?
Yeah, all the way to the bank.
Yep.
But another player getting paid, Aaron Gordon signs a 4-year, $92 million extension with the Nuggets. Solid, extension.
92 million.
Yep.
Not terrible for him.
Not terrible for him.
He'll get you 15 to 20 on any given night.
Yeah, good cap room for them too. It's not like they sign him to a max, so he'll be,
And I mean, playing the 4 behind Jokic, that's not a bad.
With
option.
Jokic, and then Jamal coming back healthy. Hopefully, that's a NBA Finals potential team.
The emergence, Michael Porter. So.
Yep. Speaking of the NBA Finals, we have the title odds released.
Yeah.
Teams with the best title odds are the Nets, Lakers, Bucks, and then the Warriors are at 4 with 10 to 1.
I don't think the Warriors make it, and I don't think the Nets win.
That is such a sucker fucking bet. Morgan, don't tell me you're taking the Warriors.
Are you serious?
Why? Why?
What are they going to do?
What are they going to do, Morgan?
I cut out almost all that. All I heard was, what are you going to do?
The Warriors are 10 to 1. Why are you going to take that bet?
Because I think people are sleeping on how good that team still is.
You think they're better? Do you think they're better than the year that they lost in the finals?
I think they're around the same team.
They're without Kevin Durant. That's such Clay is coming off literally 2 whole years of not playing basketball. He's not going to be the Klay Thompson that he was.
I think they're a 5 seed.
And I think it's a 4 or 5 seed, bro. They literally were a friggin' play-in team last year from the fucking bubble. You think Klay Thompson's going to get
Steph Curry?
They literally had everybody besides Klay Thompson. What?
Wiseman got hurt. Draymond wasn't all great. I think they're a different team with Klay. I'll book him getting the 2 seed right now.
They will not go above the 4 seed.
I'm calling it right now. Golden State's winning 50-plus games. Steph Curry's winning the MVP.
I make bad baseball calls. Morgan just made the worst call in this entire podcast history right there.
They have the 2 best shooters in the league on that team.
Bro, Klay Thompson can't even play defense. He can't move side to side without popping a major ligament. What are we talking about? It's literally the same team. And you think James Wiseman, who doesn't even fit in that fucking offense, is going to come in and be good? He's they're already talking about trading him.
I think they're a 5 seed. They lose in the first round.
Not a chance they go above the 4 seed.
Goodbye.
Not a chance. Steph will be playing for the Lakers here in 2 years anyway.
The Warriors era is over.
It's done.
It's done. It was a good experiment. Congratulations, Steve Kerr.
I wouldn't call it an experiment. It's a dynasty.
Still an experiment.
Sure.
With 3 titles.
So let's go back to the first team.
The Brooklyn, 4, but they suck.
It should have been 4, but LeBron James. Let's go back to the first team, the Brooklyn Nets. I don't think they're winning the title.
No, I already said that. They're not.
They're definitely going to represent the East.
I do not think so. Prove to me a year that all 3 of them can stay healthy for the entire year, and then maybe they'll win the East.
Plus, dude, Kyrie, man.
The hell, they might trade him and he might just retire.
Dude's a flake.
Yeah.
That dude's just I don't feel like working today.
I've never respected something more in my life. This guy takes PTO days away from an NBA team.
Yeah. It's the most ridiculous shit I've ever seen.
It's awesome. Oh, dude. Ravens are winning this game. Ray Lewis just came out of the tunnel.
Wow, they're going to kill him, huh?
Is he suiting up?
Should be.
That game.
Crowd's electric right now.
Yeah, it can be electric all they want until Mahomes drives it right down their throat in the first drive.
That's cool.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes looks so fucking cool. God damn it. Let's talk about the Lakers. I don't think the Lakers are winning the title either.
No, I don't either.
Yeah, no, I can concur.
I just think it's getting to the point where it's a little too old, and they're going to have to prove it right before I believe in them.
They are the team that they've assembled this year is to me is a sideshow act. It's let's get everybody we like on this team and
it's very LA.
Give it a run.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's very LA. And then we got Milwaukee, the defending champs, Giannis.
I could see them. I could see them representing the East.
I think it's going to happen. I think we're getting a small market finals. Denver Nuggets versus the Milwaukee Bucks.
The Denver Nuggets.
Yep.
Gross.
I think the Nuggets are going to take that next step.
What about Celtics? Might
I've
be
been
good
saying
this
the
year.
Nuggets are going to take that next step for 15 years now.
I think the Nuggets would have been way more viable in the playoffs if Jamal Murray doesn't pop his ACL. I think they probably at least go 6 with the Suns.
Now, what about Mr. Buckets there over there in Miami?
What about him?
Think they do anything?
What about him? The only reason I like Miami is because Kyle Lowry's on that team. He's got a huge ass. It's got that boy thick.
Wouldn't have been one of my first reasons.
Wow. No, I like Kyle Lowry a lot because he has one of my favorite memes of all time.
What the fuck is this show about?
I don't know anymore, man. I don't know. All I know is I'm undefeated against Morgan in arguments.
No, I beat you in Carlton. That's like it counts as 4 arguments. I'm up 4-3.
He did beat you guys.
I beat 2 of you, so that's 4 points.
Bro,
4-3, I'm winning.
Our sponsored fighter takes the L on that one, not me. That's why he's our sponsored fighter. You know what I mean?
Speaking of Carlton, I saw he's getting a title shot.
Carlton is getting a title shot. Folks, maybe we'll get him on before that. Quick little interview with him. We're excited for him. We're still sponsoring him for this upcoming fight. It's October 29th in Manchester, New Hampshire. I sadly will not be able to attend as I will be at a wedding. But in my mind,
you're in the weddings.
October 29th. I might have to represent us.
I am literally in my brain trying to finagle any way I can leave TJ's wedding to get to Manchester, New Hampshire to watch this fight.
There's no chance.
Yeah, there's no chance. But like, I know like what TJ's wedding's not going to be like a normal wedding experience.
Nothing with TJ is ever normal.
Oh, Lamar Jackson pick. Well, my pick was wrong. So pick 6, Kansas City.
I'm gonna have to see if little Greggles wants to take a trip that day.
Yeah, you should. I may make I'm gonna buy tickets and see how the wedding's going. I'll talk to TJ and I might just roll up. Dude, it starts at 4. The card starts at 7. If I dip by 7 from the wedding, it's 3 hours there. And then I'll get
Where's
to the
his
fight.
Wedding?
Portland. So it's an hour and a half. It's doable. It's possible.
It's a bad look, Matt. You were invited to an event.
Fuck you.
I mean, it's a title fight.
That's Carlton's argument.
That's true.
But
That is true.
yeah, if you guys want tickets, please get at the man at Coco B Charles. I think that's his Instagram handle. I'll double check.
I believe so. We'll share it. We'll share it out.
We'll have an interview with him before he goes to his fight. Quick, like little 10-minute thing, how he's feeling, how he's looking. I got to see him today, so that was nice. But last subject for the NBA, the Clippers are getting their own stadium finally.
Yep.
Getting out of Big Brother's shadow.
Finally.
Get him out.
Get him out. Cut him off.
The house that Shaq built. I think Morgan cut out. Yeah, where's the stadium going to be?
Inglewood. It's right by SoFi, I believe. Where the Chargers and Rams play.
Do they know what they're going to call it?
I don't know. Did you guys see the video of Kawhi and Paul George looking at the performance when they were like announcing the ring? Paul George and Kawhi are just sitting there like this. It's one of my favorite videos on the internet. It was a good one. Morgan, do you have any comment? You look like you want to say something.
No.
Are you sure?
I'm good.
Okay. Moving on. Nick.
It's probably that Shaq comment I made.
For sure.
Yeah.
Oh, boo-hoo. Nick, your question, and we'll get out of here.
My question, we're already here, huh?
We're already here.
Man, time flies by when you're making fun of Morgan.
Guy can't even defend himself right now. Even the guy who can't move on camera has said something.
All right. This question is not as much of a thinker as all the rest of them. You know, we give some people some leeway with the last ones, thinking of cool movies and stuff like that. This is kind of more direct. It's a sleeper weekend. What do you think is the greatest sports logo of all time?
Oh, wow. Vancouver Grizzlies is up there.
Ooh, that's a good one. You know what the thing is that when I was thinking of them, a lot of the best ones are expansions.
Yeah.
Like a lot of them. I think the Milwaukee Brewers symbol with the M and the B making the glove is a fucking cool logo.
It is. Oh man, that's a great question.
Yeah. I love the old Buccaneers logo with the knife in his mouth with the feather hat and shit.
Fire.
It's a great logo.
I know it's, played out, but America's team, the Dallas Cowboys, the star, that's hard to beat.
It's classic. It's all time.
Yeah. I do the Eagles too with the wings on the helmet. Fire.
Yep.
The old Eagles logo.
The Yankees is obviously a great logo.
Yeah, just timeless. Morgan, what you got down there?
Well, I mean, I like the old Cubs logo with the bear on it. The old Packers logo with the guy.
Hey, actually, we all fucked up.
Logo pretty cool.
We fucked up. The Seattle Supersonics.
I was getting there. You didn't let me get there.
It's a good one too.
That's why I cut you off.
Whatever. Dick.
Euro stepped through the lane on you. That's what I did.
And I mean, if we're to take it out of the professional realm, the Rocket City Trash Pandas.
Oh, dude, the Trash Pandas logo? Are you kidding me?
Also, the Kraken's logo is pretty sick too.
Oh, the NHL team, the Kraken, is awesome.
Yeah,
they did a really good job of that one.
Yeah,
I mean, fire the Kraken.
Are they Seattle?
Yeah, Seattle Kraken.
Seattle Kraken. Do they just play every time they come out of the court? Do they just play Liam Neeson from Clash of the Titans saying "Release the Kraken"? They should. They should 100%.
Now I'm like trying to think of like expansion teams and college teams too. Like, damn, this is tough. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of teams. Could go with like the most boring logo, Alabama.
Any team that uses that fucking cursive A, or the Cincinnati Reds C with the point.
Yeah,
so many teams use that.
Bro, I really like the old like '90s Atlanta Falcons jerseys and like that logo. That one.
I like the old Patriots logo with the dude.
Pat the Patriot.
Yeah, that's a great logo.
It is.
A lot of the older ones with like people like the old Padres with like the monk.
Yep.
It's a cool logo.
It is.
The Twins, where they used to have the Twin Cities shaking hands over the bridges.
Yep. It's a good one too. Morgan, you got any more before we get out of here?
I mean, the Expos is pretty dope too. But
it's a good one. I got to start apologizing to Morgan at every episode for picking on him. Sorry for picking on him.
I mean, obviously the Indians logo too was pretty sick.
I love Chief Wahoo.
Yeah.
It's fucking
awesome, Nick, logo. Speaking of the Indians, I was talking about your name idea at work the other day, making it the Wild Things, and everybody was like, that's such a good idea. I was like,
it's the best idea.
I was like,
it's historic with the team. You keep a similar logo. He's got a mohawk and stuff like that.
It's a baseball,
and Wild Thing.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Roy Orbison. Did he sing Wild Thing? I might be wrong. No, he didn't. I'm thinking of
Touchdown, Baltimore.
I'm thinking of Pretty Woman. But the song Wild Thing ties in with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which is right where Cleveland is. So
yeah,
it's just a great name.
Yeah, I agree. Touchdown, Baltimore. Got a tie game, 10:33
and it wouldn't be the first time a professional sports team was based on a movie.
True.
Because you got the Toronto Raptors were named that because of Jurassic Park. So,
and you got the Anaheim Ducks.
The Ducks, yeah.
The Ducks!
What kind of Mickey Mouse organization names their team the Ducks? Yeah, that's the question. Let us know. Best logo of all time.
Also another logo, the Ducks logo.
Yeah, it's a great logo. Sure is.
Yeah.
Well, folks, that's it for us tonight. Let us know in the comments what you wanted us to do for our next debate and answer our question. I think we're up in the air. I think either Morgan or I is going to get a bye week. Maybe we could have me and Nick and we can do that basketball one.
Well, I mean, Gilbert Sunday night, so.
Well, we're recording Friday night, remember? So no problems for you.
Right.
No problem for you. Because Nick and I will be at the Patriots game next weekend.
We will, in the Bud Light tailgate party.
We'll be hanging out. You know, I'm going to be wearing my old school Ty Law jersey. I can't wait for it. Hopefully I get to meet him and he'll sign it.
Got some press passes.
Yep. He's been doing a lot of events around Gillette promoting his vodka. I might There's a chance.
Yeah.
Just show up with a bottle of this vodka.
No, I would literally just be like, I will buy whatever for you to sign this jersey.
Sign me. And then you can get his signature tattooed over
I
it.
was just say, just
Like-
sign your face and be like,
Yeah.
sign your face, I'll tattoo it.
I'll tattoo it tomorrow.
Yeah,
But
we'll be there.
So Friday night, actually, let's just book it right now. We're gonna do Gilbert Arenas versus Baron Davis. That's one of our listener Alex's next basketball one he wanted us to do. Alex, shout out to you, man. We will definitely do that one. We'll figure out who's gonna be debating who. I think it probably should be me and Nick.
I don't want to possess Gilbert Arenas, so
I definitely do not want to go against Gilbert Arenas. He may pull out a gun on me.
That's kind of what I was saying. I don't want to possess Gilbert.
I know. I took your joke and I just reworded it for it's funny.
He gets my humor.
Yeah, he gets it. But Nick, you and I can do that one. You can pick who you want. We'll figure it out.
All right.
Give Morgan a bye week.
Sick. I can play 2K. Wow.
Yeah. Perfect. But for anybody still here, please go subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're one away from 20. We'd appreciate it, guys. Enjoy your work week, and we will see you Friday morning for our gambling episode.
Yep.
Go Pack, go, baby.
Play song.
God damn, Nick.